Hello there, folks. DJ Burgstarre here, back with another tip of the day. So today I want to talk about your pan knob here in Ableton Live. And there's sort of a right way and a wrong way of using this pan knob, sort of depending on the sample you have thrown in here. So today we're working with a stereo file for my hi-hats. And when you're moving this pan knob left and right, I want to give you a clear understanding of what you're actually doing, because it may not be doing what you think. So let's hear this track and you'll see what I mean when we start moving this pan knob left and right. This sample here on the hi-hat, if I click on a piece of it down here, you can see that at any given moment the left and right are not playing the same thing. This is not a stereo file that's sort of just kind of widening it. It's definitely playing something very different on the left and the right. So the point here is if you're mixing and mastering this track and you say later, oh, I want the hi-hats to be a little more to the left, it may actually do something you don't want. So let's play this for a minute and you can hear what I have going. Alright, watch what happens when I pan this hard left. Well, I've lost half of my hi-hats. It's just playing the left side. It didn't take the right side of this stereo file and sort of move it left a little bit for you. Let's say you just wanted to pan it a little. So what this pan knob is really doing is when you start to move this to the left, let's say, what it's doing is it's basically just turning down the right. The more you turn this to the left, the more volume you're losing on the right side of that stereo file. Same thing applies if you're going to the right. If you move this to the right, basically it's just turning down the volume on the left. As a matter of fact, when you start turning this at all, it's not affecting the other side. So if I turn this to the right, the left side is just remaining where it was. It's not being boosted or cut in any way. It's just staying the same. When I move this to the right, it's just lowering the volume of the left. And so maybe you were thinking, hey, when I'm mixing, I just wanted the hi-hats here to be a little bit to the left. And let me show you how that's done properly. So let's play this a little bit. That's not right. That's not going to work. I'm losing half my signal. Alright, so let's go to another track here where we're going to do it properly. So if I wanted all those hats to be over a little bit to the left, or hard left or something, right click on this pan knob and you will see select split stereo pan mode. Sounds complicated. It's not. So this is how you're supposed to be panning left and right when you're working with a stereo file and you want to pan it a little bit left or right, or hard left or right. So let's put this one all the way to the left, and we'll put this one all the way to the left, and we'll compare what they do. So this is a regular pan knob. We're going to go all the way to the left, and in this method we're going to take the right side and basically pan it all the way to the left. So in that way, it's actually taking the signal of the right stereo file and moving it to the left like maybe you thought this pan knob was doing. So let's listen to this one now that I have it panned hard left. There you go. So now I can hear the entire hi-hat track here. It's playing both left and right out of the left. And I can do that more subtly. If I wanted to equal this out, potentially. This is how you pan things left and right when you're working with a stereo file. So let's pan it hard right, and we'll do the same here. We'll put them on both hard right, and we'll just compare. We'll play this one first this time. There you go. This one's playing my whole hi-hats all the way to the right, just like I expected. This one is just playing half my file. So basically you have to be careful when you're moving these pan knobs, because let's say you've got a big track going and you're like, ooh, I want this one over to the right a bit, I want this one to the left, I want my hi-hats a little bit to the left, you know, and maybe you're not thinking that when you move this to the left, you're going to be losing the character of whatever stereo file you have put up there. Now this is sort of an extreme example that they're playing totally opposite, but you may have dropped in a music bed or something ethereal that you can't hear so clearly as this example, but it's doing the same thing. So you may be losing a lot of character in whatever sample you're throwing in if you're just using these pan knobs. Now obviously this doesn't apply to a mono file, because a lot of kick drums and hi-hats and things are just one shots and they're not in stereo, and in that way you can pan left and right and it'll sort of do what you think. But when it's a stereo file, you got to be careful what you're doing. So that's my tip of the day, is to understand that panning left and right, you should really be right clicking on these pan knobs and be panning in this method and not just moving these pan knobs left and right. All right, so hopefully that helps you understand these pan knobs better in Ableton Live, and that's my tip of the day. Hope this helps you guys. Hope to see you on the next one. DJ Burgstarre out.